Welcome back to the World in Darkness. Tonight, we travel to the sugarcane fields of northern Argentina, to the provinces of Tucumán, Salta, and Jujuy, to uncover one of its most terrifying legends, a story born from greed, exploitation, and a pact signed in blood. This is the story of El Familia. Imagine the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Massive sugar mills rise from the landscape, their smokestacks piercing the sky. The owners of these mills, known as patrones, amassed unimaginable fortunes. But this prosperity was built on the backs of their workers, who toiled in grueling conditions for meager pay. The days were long, the work was brutal, and sometimes workers would simply vanish without a trace. Among the hushed whispers of the exhausted laborers, a dark rumor began to take root. How could the patrones be so successful while everyone else suffered? The answer, they said, was not luck or hard work. It was a deal with the devil himself. The legend goes that these powerful men made a pact with a demonic entity in exchange for protecting their wealth, ensuring the mill's constant operation, and guaranteeing endless prosperity. The devil sent a monstrous guardian to watch over the property. This creature was known only as El Familia, but this protection came at a horrific price. The pact demanded a sacrifice. Periodically, the mill owner had to offer the life of one of his own workers to the beast. Whenever the patroness greed grew, or when he feared losing his power, he would summon El Familia and point to his next victim. The nights during the harvest season, or zafra, were the most feared. Workers would speak of chilling howls echoing through the cane fields, the sound of heavy chains being dragged across the dirt, and an unmistakable sickening smell of sulfur hanging in the air. The next morning, a worker would be missing. Their bunk would be empty, their tools untouched. Everyone knew what had happened. They would say, "Il patron lo entregó," the boss gave him up. He had been fed to El Familiar. It was believed that every sugar mill had a secret place where the demon dwelled, a hidden cellar beneath the main building, a dark cavern dug into a nearby hill, or a forgotten chamber deep within the machinery. This was its lair. There, it would consume its human sacrifices and ensure the mill's gears never stopped turning, grinding cane and human lives with equal indifference. The workers learned quickly that curiosity was a death sentence. To question the disappearances, to speak heel of T Patrono, to even attempt to find the creature's den was to mark oneself for death. Those who dared were dragged away by the monster, never to be seen or heard from again. Their silence was bought with fear. As long as the owner upheld his end of the bargain, El Familiar acted as his ultimate protector. It shielded the mill from financial ruin, from fires, from plagues, and most importantly, from any rebellion among the oppressed workers. The creature was the grim enforcer of a brutal system. Thus the belief was cemented. The success of the sugar mills wasn't built on industry, but on a diabolical pact fueled by human blood. So what did this infernal guardian look like? The descriptions of El Familia vary from region to region, but its demonic nature is a constant. It is always a creature of nightmares. Most commonly it's described as an enormous black dog, the size of a calf or even larger, a hellhound manifested on Earth. Its fur is thick, matted, and black as coal. Others claim it's a grotesque hybrid, a monstrous fusion of a dog, a goat, and a serpent, an unholy combination of creatures often associated with the demonic. Its eyes are perhaps its most terrifying feature. They are said to glow like red-hot embers, piercing the darkest nights with a malevolent glare. Some witnesses swore the creature never blinked, its fiery gaze fixed and eternal. And then there's the smell. An overpowering stench of sulfur precedes its arrival, a clear sign of its infernal origins. Its breath is said to be scorching hot, as if it carries the very fires of hell within its lungs. Its mouth is a gaping maw filled with long yellowed fangs, capable of tearing a person apart in seconds. Many accounts insist that El Familia drags heavy, rusted chains. The clanking sound is a death knell in the night, a symbol of its bond to the underworld and the demonic pact it serves. The chains represent both its power and its servitude to the forces of darkness. Sometimes, the creature isn't seen at all, but its presence is felt in the most terrifying ways. The heavy thud of unseen footsteps, a sudden blast of hot foul breath on the back of your neck, a deep guttural growl that seems to come from the shadows themselves, or simply, a colossal shadow moving silently along the walls of the mill, a formless terror hunting in the night. In some versions of the legend, El Familia is a shape. It can dissolve into a black, suffocating smoke, take the form of a tall, dark man cloaked in shadows, or even transform into a massive, infernal black bull with horns of fire. Its true form is chaos, its only purpose to serve its master and feed on the damned. But El Familia is more than just a monster story. It is a powerful symbol. It represents unchecked ambition, the corruption that comes with absolute power, and the profound fear and helplessness of the oppressed. This legend was born from the grim reality of social inequality. It was a way for workers to make sense of a world filled with unexplained disappearances, systematic abuse, and the crushing harshness of their daily lives. El Familia was the monster lurking in the shadows of the mill, but the true horror was the system that created it. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes, the most terrifying demons are the ones created by human greed. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world in darkness. If you find these stories as fascinating as we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an exploration into the shadows. Until next time.